Pensacola, Florida, and we're back with another episode of the Smoke Screen. You know the crew. Right here, we got Tip the bartender. Please don't forget to do that. Right next to her, we got Rose. Under me, we got Bianca, and right there, we got Cara. How are you all doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing good.
That was my fault.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do it one more time for us. Do it one more time for us.
That's pretty. I like that.
That was so melodious.
To the mountaintop. I can't handle it.
We wasn't ready.
No.
Man. Tip, what you got in that cup over there?
I got, which I've just now called it, the everything sangria. So I just got some shit out of my refrigerator and put some wine in here to be the base, and just all the juices and some fruit got in here.
And just take off. And there's people watching.
Yeah.
Girl, do the same thing.
Yeah, whatever you got in there, just put it together, girl. We're gonna be and player. We finna eat some. Wait, I'm drunk. Sorry.
That's what I be.
All the juices. Just put all the juices.
It's good, y'all. We're gonna have a good time.
Put it all in there.
Come on.
There it is.
It's Thursday.
Tonight's strain of the night. Boom, can you see it? Yeah. Washing machine. And it definitely shake you up like that. You know, washing machine, it's a hybrid, 80% indica dominant.
Ooh.
And you know, and it's 80% indica dominant, not THC. It's a hybrid.
Okay.
And you know, it's rolled in bouquet. Shout out to the sponsor. That's what's smoking on today. And what we're about to get into is let's see what y'all had me watching, boy. Spiderhead. Whose pick was this?
This was my pick. It was just something new on the Netflix. I love me some Chris Hemsworth. Love me some. Listen, Chris, call me Chris. I love Chris Hemsworth, and I love Journey Smollett as well. So this is like a good time, and like it was going to be a fun watch, and I enjoyed it.
It was
good. I like that dude from Divergent as well.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I couldn't.
No, I can't.
Who?
I couldn't think of where I knew him from.
I don't know his name.
The main character, essentially.
The main actor.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff Miles Teller.
Yeah.
His name Miles Teller.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay. Well, we'll get right into it. What did we like about this movie?
It was surprising. Like, for me, I was trying to figure out what was going on and why they were taking all these drugs and what was happening. And I was like, "Oh, y'all in prison?"
That was a nice prison, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice ass prison. And all you gotta do is just take these good drugs to go to this good prison. And you can go outside, you can go to the water, you can do all kind of fun shit. This is a good prison. Well, I signed up. I killed a couple people. That's okay. I come to this one. I'm coming.
Everybody don't get to go outside. Right.
It seemed like a lot of folks could. So I like that aspect. And they could wear,
like her odds.
Yeah. I might get like sweet talk some folks and become besties and shit. And I can go outside and get all the kind of free snacks and hang out with my homeboy, homegirls in the kitchen and shit. Have little snacks and shit. That's good. That's good to me. I signed up.
It sounds like a good deal.
It did seem like a glittery golden egg. Like it did seem like some cute shit until you like get to them trials and get to them tests.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, what?
Wait, what we finna do?
Like, you messing with my, you messing with my mental, you messing with my emotions, you messing with, stop.
Yeah.
So,
I they say you should never use your own product. And Steve Ebnetti, he was a prime example of why you should never use your own product. Because he was already crazy. He was already crazy. He already had some childhood trauma. But he considered himself to be a good guy. And he pretended to himself and everyone else that he was a good guy. And he gave ownership of what was happening to this committee that didn't even exist because it was his company.
Yeah.
It was his freaking company.
Yeah.
Oh, that sound familiar?
Yes.
Yeah. So I enjoyed this.
That mother crazy several times.
It was
yeah. Yeah. And also he was a little innocent because he trusted them more than I thought he should trust them. But he did that as a way to try to garner their trust. So like leaving them in the room while he left, he locked up his little notebook, but he left the key right there. So what's that gonna do?
Yeah, and you saw him not in his normal seat.
Well, he didn't leave. He dropped the key.
He knew he fucked up because he came back
That's
fast.
right.
Yeah, he dropped the keys, but he was manipulating them the whole time.
He went
like them people
to see
could have
about
left.
Heather.
Yeah, them people could have left. They time was up. They
Yes,
didn't have to be there.
Jeff was there 7 minutes over his time. He definitely could have left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was running like a R. Kelly prison.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a mental sweatshop,
basically.
Kind of, yeah. Like when you go back to it,
like some of them did sign up to come there. Most of them signed up to come there, but they didn't have as much time as they been. Like they don't get no information from the outside world. They just in there. Even in prison, you get information from the outside world.
Yeah, they didn't talk to no lawyer. They didn't talk to nobody.
TV and
just him.
radio and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They ain't got no rights.
None.
Ain't nobody at the facility but him and Mark.
But
and Mark
they
knows
running everything.
Up. Mark the only one that knew was fucked
up.
up.
And them two redheads.
If you recall, he got to make a phone call because he would call Emma. So he could call his lawyer. He could have called somebody, but he wanted to call Emma.
I bet he could only call her.
You think so?
It's possible.
I felt like the whole thing was being
put Amber in there
by
for him just to call her.
So. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Maybe
tailored to them specifically.
Yeah.
And
remember,
that's why everybody had their own specialized thing that they really enjoyed,
Right.
They had the cookware, they had the pots and stuff
for
the chefs who really like to cook. They had other stuff that was specific for other people. So they catered this whole prison to your own things that you enjoy.
Individual.
Right.
Right.
Made it so you wouldn't think about leaving. You wouldn't want to leave.
Right. And I think that's part of what it was. The drugs that he was giving them made them complacent. It made them content.
Obey.
Like, yeah. And it amazes me that he was pretending even to himself, even though he was, doing shady stuff to get them to take the drugs and all that kind of stuff. He still pretended that he was trying to do good. Like he convinced himself of that.
Yeah.
Delusional.
I don't think he pretended. I think that's part of his like personality disorder. You know what I mean? Like he thought he was.
He believed it.
Being good.
Yeah, but he couldn't have thought he was being good. He's the owner of this company who's also a drug addict of the shit he's pushing. Because why else would you need this whole pack implanted in your own back?
Yeah.
And if you're going to have this shit implanted in your own back, you should have some special fail save so you don't If that's all it takes is for you to bump it a little bit, that shit malfunction.
Absolutely.
Come on, come on, man.
But you don't
That's
think
what.
about that because
Right.
you're too busy, just
You too high.
convincing yourself.
Too high.
Because who else is there that's gonna convince you? He's convinced himself that this is what has to happen for the greater good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So it's delusion. He
He's
just
but
become
he
like
knew
this
it.
god
yeah.
He
of
knew
this
it
area.
because Mark knew it. Mark, he was
Mhm.
the one
Yeah,
that
definitely.
told
Yeah.
what's his name, be gentle with this because if it breaks, it
He
could
did.
something bad could
It's not
happen.
supposed
I
to
don't
be.
remember what he said exactly. Right,
Right.
not supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
jostled, but it just didn't make any sense to me that they didn't put some sort of fail safe. So if you hit this hard enough and it breaks, all this medication can flood your entire system. That just didn't make any sense to me. It felt like a hole in the story. Lazy
Mm.
writing,
Thing
if you
is,
will.
Oh,
I didn't understand why it needed to be an external unit that sat outside of the body. If it was such a well technologically advanced company, why you got this little random box? It looked like a damn temperature thing, like a thermometer that you change the temperature for your house. And you got this thing
mm,
just sitting on the outside. What don't
Of
they
your
gotta get a
spine.
bath? This ain't even
Hmm.
Of your
protected from
spine.
water for real.
Not
What
at
is
all.
this shit on
It,
on their back?
like
And
you
then
should
it's
have
in
had
an
and
area they can't
some
even
kind of
see.
cover on it, like
It's stupid. I'm sorry.
Something
and
more
like could have had to be in the
protective.
spine. I was like, why they couldn't put it on their side or something? But
Right.
like
I guess that didn't make
even now, like for diabetic medicine, I think they got a subdermal pump or something like that. I'm pretty sure they do. Why they needed this big lazy writing? They ain't know nothing. They ain't know.
I think they needed to at least explain a bit more why it was at that part, at the spine. Because why couldn't it be up here? Why, like you said, it could have
if
been so
everybody's
many
got one.
different
Anyway,
places. So
did it
they
have
should
to
have
go
did a
directly to the
better job of
spine?
explaining
It
that.
can't just go to like a vein. It got to go straight to the spine. I don't understand.
Yeah,
When you go to sleep,
it's
you get
so
anesthesia. You don't need nothing in your spine. You go right in OIV in your arm.
yeah. I
But
just
this
don't
is
understand.
different
Like so,
Okay.
the medicine was delivered directly
because
into
it's
the
brain.
spine. It was going
I can
direct,
only
but
think that they wouldn't want the inmates to have access to it and be able to, do what they would do.
Jimmy, it don't
But him,
happen.
as the owner and whatever, I would think he would want it in a place he could at least reach.
Mm-mm.
So,
Yeah, him as the person. No.
yeah,
no,
because
Mm-mm.
he
it's
Or
didn't.
your
even to have like a
product.
special key to get it open. You know what I mean? Some way to
Something.
have access
No.
to it.
Something, a
That didn't make sense.
thumbprint, something. Hey, I'm always going to be able to unlock this whether I have a key to it or not. Boom, my thumbprint unlocks it.
Only
He
my
Something.
made
thumbprint
himself.
locks it.
He
All
made
that
himself just as much
technology.
of a victim as everybody else, and
He
he
was
did it
too
willingly
high.
because
He was too
Yeah.
he
high.
out of everybody knew the ramifications. He knew exactly what could happen. These other people had
Hmm.
no
Yeah.
idea what could happen to them by putting that thing on it, but he knew because it was his stuff, and he
Right.
still
He
He
was
did
just
it.
knew.
trying to
Exactly.
get to N40. If
And
he
I
could just
feel
get a little
like,
taste of that N40, he'd be all right. Get a little,
Why
ooh.
would you put a lock on the
uh-huh.
thing?
I felt like that's why he made them acknowledge it because some of them were free to go. So he had to get
Hmm.
consent,
Yeah,
and nobody said no.
Mm,
Everybody just did it.
right.
Yep, no
Yeah.
questions
It was slick.
asked.
anything else
Hmm.
stick out to y'all about it? This is a
Uh,
it
I
was
Mm-hmm.
was
very
I
weird.
almost wondered did what was his name? The main character, I can't think of his name.
so
Did he
Steve,
expect Steve? Did he expect the man with the face tattoo that they was gonna get some sexy time together
the
when they was in
big,
that one room
the big,
together?
the big buddy.
You talking about Jeff?
Yeah,
Jeff
I was like, what did
thought
he
he
think
was
was
gonna.
gonna?
Yeah.
He thought he was gonna have to do sexy time with Rogan.
Yeah,
Yeah, and was he
And
gonna
that's
catch
why
it or
Rogan was
give it?
like, "You're lost."
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, because Rogan
He was
was
like,
ready
I'm
to
not
go.
doing that.
He was
I'm
ready
going
for
Rogan
it.
yeah.
was
go.
ready.
Morgan finna put that thing on that
You was ready
thing.
to
What
say
y'all
you ready,
say?
So my boy was in there. He looked across. He was like,
Nah,
"Oh no, nah, no, no, time out."
No, not me.
Yeah, but that was Heather. That was Heather who didn't want to give it. Sarah did give it though. Sarah did administer it,
Yes,
didn't she?
she did get her some of Rogan. I feel like she did.
I'm talking about
No, no.
like so he went back twice with Rogan. He went back a second time with Rogan. And the second
Yes.
time, I think things happened.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
No.
I
He
think things
said
happened the second time. Because it was Sarah who would have had to
no. The
record
first
the
time he thought that things were gonna happen, but then he realized it was the same scene that he had just done with the Dark and Flux.
Right.
So when he went back the next time, he said, "Hey, Sarah," assuming that the first time it was Heather.
So he thought that that they had brought Sarah in there to decide who got the dark and flux. But it wasn't. He wasn't gonna have them have sexy time with each other, but he was probably gonna make them beat each other up to a bloody pulp. That's what the question was. Who's gonna get the dark and flux? Who's gonna get their ass whooped?
Yeah.
I don't know why he kept wanting to give people Dark and Flux. Like why he wouldn't let that go.
He's a
That was part of
psychopath.
the experience.
He was crazy.
That's crazy.
So all the
why did
grease.
this?
Yeah.
This negative medicine. What good is it gonna do? Why do
And he
you
wanted
have
everybody to
to
have some. Oh, he wanted somebody to get some of that shit so bad. You want to give us some? You want to give us some? What about this other girl? You want to give us some? No, nigga, nobody want to give nobody none. Get out of here.
Nobody don't want anybody to have this.
No.
Nobody.
I told you this.
It's not about
nobody
love. It's not about anything. It's about nobody having this shit right here.
I don't want nobody to have it. I don't love her. I don't dislike her. I just don't want nobody to have this shit. And you gonna make me decide? You crazy? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like that was annoying.
Yeah.
I would change that. I guess it was part of the movie. I wouldn't change it, but God, he just beat it up. He just kept going with it. It's like stop asking me. The funniest thing in this movie, he says, Steve and Jeff, they getting a laugh-a-doll. He said, Steve and Jeff, friends. And Jeff looks at him and he says, and he don't like you.
They've been
not at all.
They've been talking together. That's enough.
Right. And he wanted to be friends with him so bad. He wanted somebody to be friends with him. Just to like him for real.
Essentially, you're my keeper. Why would I want to be friends with you like that? You're the one keeping me in prison. Yes, you giving me a nicer entity of prison life. But we ain't cool. We ain't besties. We ain't finna go braid each other hair.
No, we're not cool.
No.
After this, sorry, go lay down.
Oh.
And you keep reminding me that you're my jailer.
Yeah.
We not friends. We not friends.
No, we ain't cool.
But he still couldn't understand why
Steve had that look in his eye.
Steve was crazy.
Steve was over shit.
How would you get on the plane? No battery pack fucking up.
Oh my God.
Why would you
go?
This boat and you got this plane. And you gonna fly.
He laughed his ass straight into a mountain.
Yeah.
Into a mountain. And it was
right into a mountain.
Like this right here. He ran right on his
so beautiful.
Glorious.
Just like that. Beautiful.
Like
it was beautiful.
Just like that.
Well, with that being said, all the change about the movie.
Wouldn't change.
That pack needs to be subdermal. Like that's a hole. They need to fix that shit.
Did you say subdermal?
Yeah, you heard subdermal. You heard it right.
As in beneath the first
layer. It's a medical term. I watch Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. I am certified.
Beneath the first layer of skin. Okay, hey, that's the word of the day, y'all. Subdermal. Beneath the first layer of the skin.
Yes, honey. I appreciate that.
of the day.
Learn.
I know. I was like, of course he owns the company. Like, is it like, wow, what a plot twist? Like, what? Like, what else could it be?
Yeah.
That's going on in here.
The part that really messed me up was when he was like, "Hey, could you talk to the board and see if they would be willing to like, change some shit up?" He was like, "Yeah, I got you." This nigga went in the kitchen, got some coffee, talked to
That's
homegirl,
it. That's what got me.
chatted a little bit. I talked to the board player. I got some coffee. They said no. And I was like, "Really, sir?"
La da da dee. That's what made me know. Then it was some bullshit.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
But what I did like was the soundtrack. He played some good music. He was crazy, but he liked some really good songs. Yes, and he piped it throughout the entire place. Yeah.
Yeah, the
So I
soundtrack was on.
appreciated that.
It was definitely on.
But crazy people maybe like music. Yeah, because he was banana pants crazy. But he had great taste in music.
And this is one of those cases
one thing I would
you can be
change. I gagged through this whole entire scene.
Go ahead. Sorry, baby. Go ahead.
Sorry. Shit finger. That shit finger scene.
Huh?
I gagged through the
Oh
whole
my
thing.
god.
They could have left
That was
that
so
shit out.
disgusting.
They
really didn't need that.
Like
And
when they
then
see her,
I
they
didn't
seen
need
her,
that.
and when she held her hand up, I just and I had to turn my head. I couldn't even watch that shit. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
and then she tried to attack them. She tried to attack them.
Yes, on her face.
They had to fight her. They had to fight her
With the shit on her face.
Yeah. With the shit on hand.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
That's a shit.
Then they didn't have no shit on them, but they should have because she does. No, they was holding their hand. They was holding it like this.
Yeah. I would have snapped it off and threw it.
That's
you ain't finna touch me with that shit finger. I'll snap it off.
That wasn't necessary. Yeah. They could live that out.
At all.
Oh man, that is so funny. Is it anything else that y'all would change about the movie?
I think we already touched on the fact that Thor is an asshole in this movie. I think that's it.
I like when he plays an asshole, though. I like
it. Don't happen often.
I didn't play it.
It doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, what was that other show? That movie Vacation. He was in that. I loved him in that.
Yeah.
I like when he played outside of the good guy, and
yeah.
That was.
I liked him in this role.
Interesting fact: Mark's name is really Mark.
In real life.
Hagulo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. He looked up with that one. That's branding right there.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Spiderhead, starring Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller, Tess Hobbrick, Journey Smollett, however you want to say it, and Mark. What are we rating Spiderhead sci-fi thriller?
So I really like Spiderhead. I was surprised by how much I liked it. I gave it 4 shots. Let me get some of my everything sangria. Hold on. I really liked it. I even though Chris, this was one of those movies. Even though Chris Hemsworth was fine as hell, his craziness outweighed his fineness, and I couldn't fuck with him. But it was good. I liked it.
I agree. I like to look at Chris Hemsworth in this movie. I really like looking at him a lot in this movie. But I really think he did a good job playing this role. Like when he said some shit about how often beautiful people
get away with shit or something like that.
Benefit. They benefit from things, and it was like, I too benefit from this. I was like, nigga, you gonna say this in front of the convict, the one that's in jail right now. I'm like, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He played that role so well. So I like this movie. I gave it 4 blunts. I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I like the fact that even though he was crazy, I mean, he was banana pants crazy. You still liked him a little bit. Even though he was doing some crazy shit, you still like, even when he crashed himself into the side of a mountain because he was so high on his own supply, you still liked him just a little bit because that's who he was. I like this movie. I will give it a. I'm gonna give it 4 blunts. Yeah, it was a winner, and he produced this movie as well. By the way, so that's
Nice.
why.
Hand over
Yeah,
fist, get that
he
money,
ain't getting
baby.
credit.
That's
That's it.
it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I too enjoyed this movie. I've watched it twice now, and really good. I gave it 3.5 blunts. Um, I really like some of the drugs. I think should really be on the market. Like the Verbalance would be a good drug to be on the market for
Oh,
real.
look,
And
you done bought it
Mhm.
in.
the
Yeah,
Lacos
yeah,
in
yeah.
small doses. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he had some good stuff.
Yeah, that's all right.
Um,
He was
I
Yeah.
bought
on
them
to
non
something.
microdose and
He
that
was
that was
on to
good.
something. Yeah.
yeah, he
That
was.
dark
I
swab
can
Can you
cocaine,
understand
that
imagine?
Ken
that
Marks
shit.
following him in the beginning. You know.
Can you imagine everybody being able to candidly say what they really think and feel? I mean, that would be freaking awesome. Yeah, I would like some verbalance, please.
And, and there it is. They have some good dope and here. You ought to check out and see what drug you like. Which one you feel like should make it out of this genius's brain that came through with a solid 3.5 blunts from the crew. It's on Netflix. This is a Netflix original. Is
Yup.
it?
Yup.
Yep,
I
Yeah.
think it
Right
is.
there at the
Yep.
bottom.
it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Netflix.
is.
Netflix original.
Yep.
Catch it on Netflix. Spiderhead. Good dope. And that will
Good dope
conclude
boy.
another episode of the Smoke Screen. And we out.